A warm greeting. Today is Friday, October 20th, 2023. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia. In this video, I will be talking specifically about Hurricane Tammy, which is now very close to the Lesser Antilles, where a hurricane warning has been issued for several islands north of the Lesser Antilles. Additionally, please be aware that we are continuing to monitor the progress of Hurricane Norma, which is approaching the coast of Baja California Sur and is expected to impact sectors of Baja California Sur and Sinaloa in the coming days. For more details, please stay tuned to the Hurricane Info channel, as I will be recording a video to update this forecast. On another note, I will briefly discuss a low-pressure system that has developed to the east of Nicaragua. This system has a low probability of cyclonic development as it moves westward. Interests in Nicaragua should be monitoring its progress. The National Hurricane Center, as of 2 p.m., maintains a 20% probability of tropical depression development before it reaches the east coast of Nicaragua. The window of development opportunity will be quite short, and it is anticipated that it will arrive as a low-pressure system at worst, possibly as a tropical depression. In the infrared satellite image, we can see that the low-pressure area continues to generate strong thunderstorms that remain disorganized but could acquire some organization before reaching the east of Nicaragua in the coming days. However, it seems that it should not cause major issues, except for some heavy rains that could affect the Nicaraguan coast with rainfall accumulations of 50 to 75 millimeters over the next 3 to 4 days. Now, let's turn our attention to Hurricane Tammy. Today, a hurricane hunter aircraft was investigating this area during the morning hours and found that what was once Tropical Storm Tammy had strengthened into Hurricane Tammy. It currently has maximum sustained winds of 75 miles per hour, or the equivalent of 120 kilometers per hour. Over the next few hours, it should begin to turn northwest, but it will pass over or very close to the islands north of the Lesser Antilles, where a hurricane warning has been issued, and preparations for heavy rainfall and hurricane-force winds should be nearing completion. The structure of Hurricane Tammy has continued to improve today, although it is still affected by moderate wind shear from the west. This shear should allow for further strengthening. It is estimated that when it passes over the Lesser Antilles, it will have maximum sustained winds of 85 miles per hour or 140 kilometers per hour during the late afternoon and evening hours on Saturday. The area of bad weather and heavy rainfall extends well to the south of the circulation center, so some islands in the central and southern Lesser Antilles, including Barbados, have already experienced significant rainfall today. Additional rain could fall over the next 24 hours, which is visible on Barbados's Doppler radar, where the circulation center is quite defined. You can see how this tail associated with Hurricane Tammy has formed, and this entire area of bad weather will continue moving northwest over the next 24 hours, leading to increased instability and showers across the central and northern Lesser Antilles. As you know, what was once Tropical Storm Tammy has been generally moving westward. However, over the last 12 hours, we've seen a dramatic reduction in its forward motion, which is an indication that it will soon begin its northwestward turn. This anticipated turn to the northwest can be seen in the trajectory projections of specialized models. Note that, in general, a northwestward movement is expected over the next 3 days. The center of circulation is expected to pass just to the east of or over some of the islands north of the Lesser Antilles during Saturday, extending into Sunday. For the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, all models keep the center of circulation passing at a safe distance. However, an increase in moisture and rain is anticipated over the weekend. In terms of intensity, the models predict that Hurricane Tammy will continue to strengthen over the next 3 to 4 days. When it passes closest to the Lesser Antilles, it is expected to have maximum sustained winds of 85 miles per hour. At this time, we cannot rule out the possibility of it becoming a Category 2 hurricane. The official forecast from the National Hurricane Center continues to predict a northwestward trajectory, very similar to what the best trajectory models indicate. In the latest projection, it is estimated that the center of circulation will approach Guadeloupe at around 2 p.m. on Saturday with maximum sustained winds of 130 kilometers per hour. It will continue on its path, passing over Antigua and Barbuda slightly stronger with winds of up to 140 kilometers per hour. This will happen during Saturday night and early Sunday morning. At its closest point to Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, it is estimated to pass 120 miles east of Puerto Rico and 160 miles east of the Virgin Islands. Today, hurricane warnings have been issued for islands including Anguilla, St. Barthélemy, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat, Antigua and Barbuda, and Guadeloupe. Additionally, a hurricane watch and tropical storm warning are in effect for the island of Dominica. Due to the potential effects of the outer bands, a tropical storm watch remains in place for Barbados and Martinique. Let's briefly look at the latest projections from global models. Here we have the GFS model, which continues to forecast a dramatic northeastward movement. In fact, it still predicts that the center of circulation will remain just east of the Lesser Antilles, and under this scenario, hurricane-force winds will be over the Atlantic waters. However, some wind gusts of 60 to 80 km per hour may affect some islands north of the Lesser Antilles. The European model projects a trajectory very similar to the forecast from the National Hurricane Center, where the center of circulation could cross over Antigua and Barbuda during Saturday night with some hurricane-force wind gusts and sustained winds of 50 to 70 km per hour. Furthermore, both the GFS and European models keep tropical storm-force winds away from the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. In addition to the wind, significant rainfall is forecast for some of the islands. Rainfall estimates will range from 70 to 120 millimeters of accumulated rainfall over the next 3 days. For the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, between 2 to 4 inches of rain are expected over the weekend. Well, that's it for this forecast update. In summary, what was once Tropical Storm Tammy has strengthened today and is now a Category 1 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 75 miles per hour or 120 kilometers per hour. Tonight, it should start its northwestward turn, passing very close to or over some of the islands north of the Lesser Antilles, where a hurricane warning has been issued. Additionally, rainfall accumulations exceeding 100 millimeters are expected over the next 72 hours, which could lead to flooding issues. Based on this forecast, the center of circulation will pass more than 200 miles from the Puerto Rico region, so the effects felt in the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico will be limited to 2 to 4 inches of accumulated rainfall over the next 72 hours. With that, I bid farewell, and I hope you all have an excellent weekend. I will provide a new forecast update in the morning. See you later.